How's it going, everyone? Today's video is all about PlayStation Showcase predictions, more specifically your predictions. And obviously when we live stream it on Wednesday, obviously we're going to be more interested in the virtual reality stuff, but in general I think this is going to be a really great showcase. Even if you're not really into the VR side of things, I think there's going to be some massive games coming. In the PlayStation blog, they recently wrote that the show will run for over an hour, focusing on PS5 and PSVR2 games in development from top studios from around the world. So as I said, I will be going live on Wednesday. You will find a link to that stream in the video description. I really hope you can join me. Always have a good time. So over the last 3 or 4 days, I've been asking what are your predictions for the upcoming PlayStation Showcase, and the replies are pretty interesting. So first comment is from Dennis. He says he wants Half-Life Alyx, which you will see a lot throughout this video. And personally, I heard Half-Life Alyx was coming at the announcement around PlayStation VR2. I can't tell you who told me that, but I did actually kind of believe them and thought it might happen. Since then, I've kind of put it on the back burner a little bit. I hope it happens. A game like that would be monumental for the PlayStation VR2 library. Let's hope it happens. I would absolutely love that. Sony VR exclusives from ND, not sure who that is, I do apologize. Santa Monica, Insomniac Gorilla, that would be absolutely amazing. And to hear that every Sony studio is making one VR exclusive from the ground up. Now, that I think is pretty lofty, but still, man, how amazing would that be? Wes Mordine with Astrobot VR2, dude, that would be absolutely sensational. I mean, I think for me personally, it's one of the games that has to happen. If it's not announced in this showcase, it is going to be announced sooner rather than later. Squadrons VR2 would be so good. Even if they've done support for the original Star Wars Squadrons, that would be amazing. Star Wars Vader Immortal would be fantastic. A lot of you really love the enhanced version of Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. I actually think Vader Immortal is definitely more of the Star Wars kind of game I think most people would want. You know, you're using lightsabers, going against Darth Vader himself. Bring that graphical polish to the PSVR 2. That would be absolutely insane. Now, talking of Astrobot 2, a list leaked recently on Reddit. Now, without going too crazy, we're just going to look at the PSVR 2 stuff. It says here Resident Evil 4 VR. Now, some of you, I wouldn't be surprised, are going to mention this in the comments I'm going to show in a minute, because that for me is, I think, a guaranteed announcement in this showcase. By the way, I don't think this is real, but it's a bloody good list, to be fair. So Astrobot Conquest is what they're saying the sequel is going to be. I know I want it to be real. I want it to be real. In another way, looking at this list, because it's only a few titles, that also makes it a bit realistic. They could have gone Killzone PSVR 2, Silent Hill 2 PSVR mode. There could have been all these different things, Twisted Metal, Last of Us. They could have gone crazy and they didn't. So I think that's why some people end up sharing this. Next up, we have Shades of Grey Matter. Now, his dream announcements would be Behemoth gameplay reveal, because the last trailer was CGI. So I would love a date to come with that as well. That'd be amazing. And on top of that, he would love Orange Box for VR, which back in the day was Portal. I think it was Half-Life in the DLC, plus it was Half-Life 2 and Team Fortress. And to include to that would be Half-Life Alyx. Now, personally, I can't see that happening. That would be absolutely amazing if it did. And we've said this before, back in the day when the original PSVR launched, how great it would be to get an orange box for Half-Life. But yeah, I'm still like, fingers crossed for Half-Life Alyx now. From Julian is Half-Life Alyx. Of course, it needs to come to PSVR 2. Got a hell of a lot of likes on that comment in the community tab. And also, Carrie Sigamura said he would love Half-Life Alyx, but that is beyond a pipe dream. Something like Elden Ring, which would be insane, and Skyrim, which obviously makes too much sense because we've already got Skyrim. I think now the mods have been out there and you can see how those mods have made this game more of an up-to-date VR game. I think that would be absolutely incredible for PSVR 2. Next up, we have Sir Pond, who has a very cool profile image of what looks like the Master Sword. He says for PSVR 2, he hopes to see more news on the Resident Evil 4 Remake VR mode and an announcement for PSVR 2 support for RE7. After RE8, I really do think that we should get RE7 on PSVR 2. There's so many new people who've just got PSVR 2 and are missing out on a fantastic horror experience. RE8 is good. Like, it's a very good game. It's very action orientated, but Resident Evil 7 is just more of a psychological horror, honestly. And I think that turning point from going like third person to first person, RE7 delivered a very different game from the rest of the series, and I really hope that people get to experience it on PSVR 2. Grim Crag says he wants Sony to announce full VR support for GTA 5, including GTA Online, and then a week later Meta to finally announce a day for San Andreas, just for the memes. I actually posted a meme about San Andreas, and funny enough, that announcement must have been so long ago that people just didn't get the joke. It just went over their head. But yeah, GTA 5, that'd be amazing. But then we've got the upcoming GTA 6, GTA in VR. I've got some videos on it. I'll drop one in the video description via a mod. It's brilliant. It's so much fun. And after Luke Ross, the modder, he had to take them down. Like Rockstar wanted them removed. It was bad news, obviously, but it was also kind of like, why? Like, what are you doing? Are you going to do something in VR? Because otherwise, you know, you're just being miserable. So it'd be really cool if something like that happened. I like this one. True Prophecy says, I want Sony's first party games to all say all playable on PSVR2. How incredible would that be? Joseph coming in hot with a long shot saying he would love BioShock. That would be absolutely insane. That's the kind of series I sort of think, why hasn't that happened yet? Nihilist Ryan, the game feline, says, I'd like to see a quick sizzle reel of all the best PSVR1 games that they're going to port to PSVR2. All the heavy hitters like RE7, Astrobot, Wipeout, Blood and Truth, Hitman, Gollum, Everybody's Golf. Obviously the list goes on. That'd be amazing if somehow they made some sort of backwards compatibility automatically with PSVR1 games. I personally can't see it happening. I do think the developers have to get involved, but I do hope they get involved. I'd actually pay a fee to get some of my old games from my PSVR library onto my PSVR2. Bouncing over to Twitter quickly, we've got Sneaker Street dropping Farpoint 2. Now, the original Farpoint was the creative game behind PlayStation's original aim controller, which I don't think we're going to get another aim controller. It'll be a pleasant surprise, but I just don't think it's going to happen. But yeah, Farpoint 2 would be absolutely amazing. Zilly Vanilli dropping a massive list here. Beat Saber, which I'm surprised has only come up twice so far. I think a lot of people are waiting for Beat Saber. It is, after all, the world's most popular virtual reality game. Astrobot 2, Aliens VR, about 8 months ago, maybe a year ago, I'm not too sure, I haven't checked, but it was quite a long time ago that Survios announced that they were making an official Aliens VR game. So I think the showcase would be the perfect place to drop some sort of new gameplay trailer and an announcement. That'd be so cool. Behemoth, yeah, I think everyone's waiting for what Skydance are doing next. And finally, someone mentioning God of War. Now, I thought this would come up a hell of a lot. Now, I have gone through so many different comments and there's bits and bobs here, but God of War actually came up a lot less than I expected. That would be incredible. Shenmuzo talking about Twisted Metal with VR support and crossplay with flat gamers. That would be insane. Last of Us VR would be that. I think I'd lose it. I think I'd lose it if that happened. Yeah, a new Wipeout. Imagine that. Imagine that. Wipeout on PSVR1. And I've said it multiple times when I spoke about the original PSVR1 games that need to come to PSVR2. Wipeout would be incredible on this headset. 120 frames, it'd be mind-blowing. True Gamer for Real says Killzone. Dude, Killzone, imagine that. Imagine if that series got revived thanks to VR. Oh, that'd be incredible. He says 5.2 as well, which is pretty cool. RE4 VR, which I think is definitely going to happen. And Firewall Ultra. Now, I think this is the first time Firewall Ultra's come up in this list today, and I think either way we're going to hear something about Firewall Ultra, whether it's more gameplay. But I mean, the fact that the press have already been hands-on and reported on stuff, and we've had discussions on the channel as well, and I think a release date is definitely going to happen on this showcase. Random comment, but I absolutely love it. David Dodd says, I still don't understand why Sony or other companies still haven't converted over old light gun games. I think this would be great ported over to VR. Absolutely, man. House of the Dead, Time Crisis, Virtual Cop, Point Blank. There's so many light gun games that would be absolutely fantastic in virtual reality, and I don't know why they haven't happened. And for the last one, we've got Carl Parker. He says Astrobot 2, Blood and Truth 2, that would be absolutely amazing, or a full London heist game. I think that's what Blood and Truth was meant to be, wasn't it? It was a full London heist experience, because London Heist come on the PlayStation VR World's demo disc, and it blew everyone away. It was absolutely incredible. So yeah, a Blood and Truth sequel would be insane. With that all being said, thank you ever so much for watching the video today. There's some really cool games hopefully coming for this showcase. I'm personally hyped, dude. I will leave a link to the live stream pinned in the comments and in the video description. If you click that link, you can be notified when we go live on Wednesday, and hopefully I'll see you in the chat. Let me know down in the comments what games you're looking forward to most out of these comments, and I'll see you on the next one.